Look, you can choose to buy a cookbook or not, that's fine. But if you don't, my kids may not go to college. It's up to you. It's up to you. All right? So you see how these muscles are nice and open? Can you guys see this? Is this camera getting here? Is there a camera in here? I guess not. You're the only camera guy? No, it's okay, dude. It's all right, man. Can you zoom into here? Yeah? All right, see how they're all opened up, right? Now they are no longer living, but through their sacrifice, they become delicious for us, right? So now a little bit more. I love apples and black pepper, right? Granny Smiths are sweet and tart. Black pepper is nice and spicy. You have the sweetness from the shallots. Now this little action I'm going here, this is where a wok is great because there's such a nice round edge you can flip it. We do that not to show off. We do that because this is the best and easiest way to mix these muscles, right? And if we have something more delicate, let's say like a pappardelle pasta or something, you don't really want to mix it because you end up breaking it up. So flipping food is important. And I told these girls or these kids at Punahou, practice. How? Not in front of 250 people, bad idea. But take a pan or a wok, go to your backyard, get some dry rice, a cup, put it in, and practice. And all you have to do is, this is the motion. You pull it towards you, but as you're pulling it towards you, the front end flips an inch, not huge. So I'm just pulling it right, and then this time I pull, and I just literally, just a little bit bring that thing forward, right? It's not that hard. It really is not. But just don't try it at a Macy's demo in front of 250 people for the first time, right? Try it at that. So, key is a little butter. Right? So try it, make sure it's seated. If you're going to learn anything from this demo, it's taste, 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 taste as you go. Pretty good. I'm often asked, because on my shows, I always eat my food, right? I say, oh, this is delicious, good, let's plate it up, good to go. And people often ask me, says, chef, what would you say if it didn't taste good? I said, well, that'd be easy. I'd look right in the camera with a big smile, and I would lie. I'd say, this is delicious, with conviction, and then move on, because they're not going to know. As a matter of fact, once, and I'll admit this, because statute of limitations is 7 years, I was shooting a show. It was a great segment. This was when I was at Food Network. Ooh. No, I'm just kidding. I actually love Food Network. They're awesome. You're just not the smartest people. Just kidding. And I was doing an 8-minute segment, and it was a great segment. And the last thing I had to do is put some veg in a hot pan, and then go to commercial break. So I put the veg in. I forgot to turn the flame on, right? And if you have to redo it, you have to restart from the beginning, right? So it would have been like another 45 minutes to reset and redo the whole segment. So I put it in, and I went, shh. Let's go to a quick break. No one caught it. I thought it was the best. All right, so all I did is add a little bit of butter, mix the butter in, and this dish is done. Where's my that big bowl there, brother? All right, let's see. 1, 2, 5. Yeah, we should have plenty. And I'm going to show you a great trick that the French taught me. This looks pretty good. So, does this look pretty good? Yeah! Okay, hello. See, this is why we need alcohol. Can we get shots of tequila? I think it looks pretty good. The French taught me this, how to eat a mussel. Sounds kind of funny, right? So you take a mussel, right? And you eat it this way, right? This is easy, right? That's not the trick. The trick is that you keep this, and you go in and you use this as your pincer to grab the next mussel. Ah, so. That just mushed out. All right, guys. So there's the first test: sake black pepper mussels. This is a little chupacado. Any Koreans? Who's Korean here? Anyone? No? All you Asians or Japanese, Chinese, or Hawaiian? There's not one Korean here? Really? Kamsahamnida. Wow. That's Are there no Koreans in Hawaii? They don't let them in? But the food's so good, they should let them in. Anyway, chimichurri, Korean red chili flake. I love it. It's really a delicious flake that's not too spicy, so I put a little bit of that on top. All right, that's the first dish. So, beverage. I love matching wine with food. One of the reasons to be a chef is you get to match wine with food. There's two things I would do. Obviously, chill and drink the sake that you just used to make your sake black pepper mussels. That's a no-brainer. But if you want a wine, because it's spicy with the black pepper, I'm going with this. This is a Cabernet, which it's a Riesling, right? A Riesling grape has a little bit of sweetness. I'm not talking about Mad Dog and Strawberry Hill Boone's Farm sweetness. I'm talking about off-dry Riesling sweetness. And the reason that's good is it balances spice. Sweetness is a fantastic taste. Spicy food, Thai food, Sichuan, Hunan food, Mexican food that have spice. If you drink red wine with it, the winemaker did not intend you to drink spice or eat spicy food with red wine, because spice makes the tannin in the red wine taste even more tannic, which doesn't make the wine taste great. Just like if you drink red wine with something sweet, like a sweet and sour pork, that red wine's going to taste so tannic. It's like, oh, why did I do that, right? And you know, with the sweet and sour, I like to have more sour. So I go something really acidic like the Sauvignon Blanc. And I'm going to just, again, find this one person who doesn't know this, and I'm going to show you. When you drink wine, do this first. Spin your glass. And it's really easy. Again, just try it at home. I mean, eventually you can spin it up in the air, big deal, but start low. And what this does, again, you're not showing off, you're aerating the wine, right? I'm adding air to the wine so that I can smell it. And once I smell it, it gives me an idea what it's going to taste like. And then actually when you drink it, I suck air through the wine as well, which aerates the wine even more, and you can taste the wine better. I have a great story. I have an 8-year-old named Henry. And when Henry was 6, we're in my kitchen, and I had a red wine, and I was swirling it. He's like, Dad, what are you doing? I says, I'm aerating the wine. He said, huh? Because I'm adding air to the wine so you can smell it. He's like, oh, can I try? I'm like, sure, not try wine, but try spinning, right? So he went like this, which is, again, an 8-year-old, he was 6 at the time, right? He's 8 now. And he went like this, and he went, cooked cherries. I'm like, yes. Cooked cherries is the Pinot Noir. And the thing that I was so amazed was he had never eaten cooked cherries nor smelled them. He had fresh cherries before, and he could extrapolate what cooked cherries would smell like. He should be the next silver stupid chef. All right, so that's wine with the mussels. So we'll put this in. Any questions? We're going to do a couple questions at the end as well, but any questions on this particular dish? It's an opportunity to ask. I can answer almost anything. You can now ask me, who won the next Iron Chef. I did not. And no questions? Yes. The Asian, the black hair. I can't hear you, Jay.
Don't care too much for mussels.
I really still can't hear you. I'm sorry. You have to scream up. Here, stand up. Spin.
If you don't like mussels too much, could you use clams or something?
If you don't like mussels, you can use clams. Absolutely. For sure. There's actually a mirin clam dish with leeks in the book that's delicious as well. And they get interchanged. I think that brings up a good point. The pork dishes. If you don't eat pork, because let's say you're kosher, you just don't like pork, substitute chicken thighs, and vice versa. A lot of these dishes are so interchangeable, including the vessel. Don't buy this book and like, oh, I can't do the wok chapter, which are some great recipes you don't know the wok. You can do two things. You can buy a wok at Macy's, or you can use a large saute pan. It will still work. Right? The wok is preferable because mussels are so voluminous, right? They're so big. You kind of need a big thing. A stock pot would have worked too. Mussels are delicate, so I wouldn't have broke. You can't break the shell. So a big stock pot with a bit spoon would have worked equally well. But again, it was so easy just to toss like we did. All right. So we have these we should serve too. Right? I know Yao's busting this out, but if we have extra mussels, because all these really hungry people out there are like, how come we don't get any mussels? One's got a gun, so we're going to give her some mussels. We are. All right. Chef, bring out the next one, please. So the next dish